Mozart. That's what today's video is about, because it's his birthday. And my friend Am Does Stuff is here, and we're going to tell you some facts about him. Mozart loved animals. He had a few dogs, a pet horse, and a starling, which is a type of bird. And he was actually so sad when it died that he wrote a poem for it and gave it its own grand funeral. Somebody stated, Mr. Mozart was an extremely eccentric and absent-minded young man, but not without a certain spirit of pride. He was very popular with the ladies in spite of his small size, but he had a most unusual face, and he could cast a spell on any woman with his eyes.
He sometimes performs with a blank sheet of music paper in front of him in order to fool the audience.
People thought that he was unbelievably talented and thought that he was just a very musical dwarf, so they actually tested him to see if he was a child or a dwarf.
As a party trick, he would put a cloth over the keys
And play. He was 5'4", and due to his weak constitution was quite small. And his head was a little big, which made him look lopsided. He was taken to perform in France and sat on Madame de Pompadour's lap. And, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. And he asked for a kiss. I also think that I should mention that he was a child when he did this.
He would listen to fairy tales and drink hot cocoa while composing. He was a perfectionist and was quite picky when it came to finding the right sound.
He would go to bed at 1 in the morning and wake up at around 6. And he would compose in short bursts throughout the day instead of all at once, like a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening, a little bit at night. His family had a fox terrier by the name of Pimperl. His head was disproportionately large, his hands small, his nose large, and his face pockmarked from childhood smallpox. He had a profusion of fine hair of which he was very vain. So back then, they liked to paint people with blue eyes because it was deemed more beautiful, but in reality, his eyes were actually dark brown. I have too many facts saved, so I'll have to do a part 2.